What's up YouTube? This is Square2448 with a Farming Simulator 2015 episode, and today we will be selling some silage and starting the big harvest. So in order to sell the silage, I have loaded up the loader on this PJ trailer with the King Ranch, and we're going to head on out to sell some silage, and then we'll switch on over once we start selling silage. So I hope you guys enjoy, and it's going to be a jam-packed day here on the farm. So with all the stuff that we will be doing this episode, it will give us more money to buy more things. And that's what we really wanted to do, and we want to get two pieces of equipment, that big John Deere tractor and that really big seeder. That way we could tackle some of the biggest fields on this map. So that should be pretty interesting, well, once we get all that. But right now we're going to be pulling in to do some silage, and we'll start to sell some of the silage, and then I'll finish the rest off camera, but we'll switch on over to start the harvest, and then I'll also finish that off camera. That way we have a lot of different activities done in a short amount of time. So we'll turn the truck off, and we don't really need the lamps down, but I did put them down, and oh, it's always good that we use the ramps. So we have this silo to do, which is about 46%. So if this gets us like a half a mil, even a million, and then that big harvest, which you guys can see those two really big fields are done, and we also have one more. So if we get all these fields done, we'll be pretty set on money for the moment. And there's a couple things I wanted to upgrade, like the forage wagon, and just see if we could get another big rig, another big semi-truck set, which we'll probably need. So that's something I want to do, but we won't get it just yet. So we'll only sell a little bit. Oh, don't want to go a little too extra because we want to get as much money as we can, but we're only going to do this for a couple more minutes, and we'll switch back and forth from this to harvesting throughout this episode to switch it up a little bit. We'll do some in-cab now, and it's like 10,000 a bucket, so I mean, we're gonna get a bunch of money here. So that's gonna be good for us, and hopefully we'll have a really big profit. So we'll just stop here since this will take a little to cycle through and empty out. So we'll get the nice new haul in. Harvester out, started up just fine. Make it through this door here. Hook it on up, and I think that we won't drop straw. We don't really need it, and that's gonna use up a lot more energy, and it's not gonna make us efficient, because dropping straw could take a little longer if you want nice rows compared to just harvesting it. So I feel that, oh, I'm gonna pull a Yui here. I feel that we shouldn't drop it and just let it, no, we should drop it and not collect it. That's what I meant to say. Ooh, I don't know if we could squeeze there, but let's hope we can. We'll get the harvester unfolded, and Yes, this is going to be a really tight fit, and we got that. So we'll unfold this in. Ooh, let's see. Okay, so it is going to spray it, which that's what we wanted, and that's going to be good, so that we won't have to collect it, and we'll just, every time this gets full, we'll switch back and forth. We'll speed up the time a bit to clear out the silage bin. That way we could dump more. And what came up during seeding was that we ran out of liquid manure, and liquid manure can be produced from the cows or the biogas, and we don't have enough at the cows. So I was lucky enough that we had enough to finish the 3 fields in slurrying, and if it wasn't for that we would get a lot less grain. But I feel like we're gonna get a lot this harvest, which it's gonna be nice, and we're gonna have a lot of money. So I want to get what we need, and because it's almost episode 50, and I was deciding if I want to go to episode 100 or just stop at 50 and do a new series. So you guys tell me below if you want to keep going or to create season 2, and that is up to you guys. You guys can make that decision, since you guys are my fans and the people who support me. And I want to thank you guys again for all the support. It's been amazing, and I can't do it without any of you. So I really do thank you guys for sticking in there and watching me throughout my year so far on YouTube here. But looks like at the end of this pass we'll just stop and get the truck over here and empty it out. That's, I think, the best thing to do. That way we don't drive through the crop, since I want to be as realistic as possible when we do this and make my gameplay realistic and try my best not to be unrealistic here. So I just want to drop all this stuff. I don't really know why. It's only on this map where it drops it, but we'll drop the combine there, and we'll select over here. Now I would like to get another one of these setups, because on big harvests like this we're gonna have a lot of grain, and that grain's gonna have to be trucked to the storage and then to the sell point. So we'll be back. I'm trying to so next week when we meet again in this map, well, we will be selling all the grain. So we're gonna store it all and sell it all next episode. So that's something to look forward to, is how much grain we have produced and how much money that grain will get us. And then you guys will also find out next episode how much silage, how much money we got for the silage, I mean. So it's gonna be a pretty neat episode on the next one, finding out a couple of big announcements on how much money this farm will have for everything that we need. So it's gonna be fun. Next week we'll go on a buying spree, possibly, if we can, which for sure we'll get a lot of money off this silage. So be prepared for a buying spree. And I was thinking about just selling the GMC and the Chevy. I have a couple other trucks that there's a different Chevy out there, which I think it's pretty cool. So I think we'll switch on over to that, and maybe I will find some new John Deere tractors before I record the next one, which that would be pretty cool. And so we're gonna do a couple buckets here and there as we switch on over. back. I just want to see how much percentage it's at. It's at 16%, so just about 5 to 6 more. Past 5 to 6 more times, we'll get a full truck load. So that's going to be pretty neat, getting a really big full truckload in. That would be really fun to watch, but we do have 2 other fields to harvest, and the reason why I chose wheat was because it's the most selling. You get the most for wheat instead of barley. But that's pretty strange compared to other maps. In each map, each crop's worth differently, something like that. Since for me, I've played on many maps, and every time there's a different one that is more money compared to other maps. So I think that's what they're doing here, but I kind of like it. It's a different crop here and there, but I want to get into like maybe potato, or maybe what's it called, like beets. Yeah, it's called beets, I believe. Maybe get into that. Just try to explore the different varieties, or maybe soybeans. Since our grain truck can handle soybeans, we could probably, I might think about doing soybeans, but I'm going the shorter way since that's a pretty easy way to go back and forth here, and trying, I think this way makes it feel faster when you're done with each row. And like always, we want to be as efficient and do it as realistic as possible to increase the gameplay footage for every single one. For me, being the creator of it, and you guys watching it. So we're doing pretty well though. Probably got half this field done, maybe. Kinda looks like half. But this harvester is just about 75% full, almost. It's 60 right now, but we'll be getting there to empty it again, which if we don't get a full grain truck, that's fine with me. We'll just get it probably early on into the next field that we will be doing. And the reason why I turn it off when we turn around, it's because it's a lot faster. There's a harvesting speed, and then there's an actual combine speed. So you go like 6 miles an hour harvesting, but then like 12 not, a little bit over 12 I believe. So just wanted to point that out. But yeah, and then next episode we'll probably start the worker on cultivating. That way we can have nice clean fields and won't have this stuff on it. And then depending on the money, which we definitely will have a lot left, we'll explore into some new equipment, such as some John Deere's, which I've been saying for a while. So, I'm sorry for any background noise. So, this combine's full, and we're gonna leave it right there. We'll switch on over to the truck, and we'll get it unloaded, and then we'll switch a gun back to the JCB and see how much more we can sell before. I like to do maybe 4 buckets every time, 4 or 5 buckets. That's like 40,000. That's a good amount of money to do at a time. So we're making money while we're also harvesting. So I mean, we're doing pretty good here on efficiency. And yeah, everything's going well for me, and I hope you guys had an incredible start to your week, and everyone should have and should always try to have a good day. So yeah, and so this, I believe we'll do one more bucket and then we'll switch back over. But we've done a lot so far within 15 minutes, and I would say getting 60,000 within that time period isn't that bad. And we're also harvesting, which that's going to give us a lot of money, since when we sell that next time we are on this map, we'll be doing that. And yeah, so we'll park this there. Always want to put the bucket down because you don't want to put like stress. There's something about like leaving the hydraulics up for a while. After like a long time of doing that, you'll probably wear out the hydraulics on that piece of equipment. That's what I believe people have said, so I'm not sure if that's right, but that's my thought, that it would damage it after a while. But we are now not too much more here. I think that it's longer now to go this way, so that's pretty nice. Doing some in-cab, and so there's gonna be a couple of mod reviews coming out, and the mod reviews, I'm trying my best. I don't just find the mods, I test them out before I show you guys. That way I know that they're good, and I don't like showing something that I don't feel like you guys should know if it's not good. So that's why I don't do them as fast, because I like a lot of the mods, but there's something about them that tell me I should not do a mod review on this one. And it's not because who made it, it's because it just doesn't fit my style of mods and my standard for some mods. So that's why, and that's why I don't put some of the ones that you guys request in, because they don't meet my standard. And that's why I kind of am a little slow on the mod reviews, and I'm trying my best. I have a long list. I'm just deciding right now on which ones to do first. That's how much I have, so it's always good to have a lot that you can choose from. But looks like we're probably gonna have to empty this once more on this field before switching. So that should be good. And then we'll switch on over to the two fields, which they're a little bit bigger than this, so that's nice, and they're right next to each other, which I like about those two fields. So we'll just cruise along here in this nice harvester that we did work up for. If you guys remember, we used to rent a lot of the equipment, which started us out good, and then once it was over, we wasted like 60,000 renting every time we needed to harvest, and then we finally raised enough money to buy probably one of the biggest in-game. The reason why I'm saying that is there's also the case, and the case is right below this. I don't know if there's really that big of a difference between the two, but since we have a lot of New Holland on this farm, I guess we would stay with the New Holland tractors. And since we also have a couple of, we soon will be getting a couple of John Deeres, And that's nice that the harvester won't turn on. I don't know. That's it. I think I got like I think that there's something wrong with the manual ignition. Aw, wait. Now it's not letting us do anything. So this is pretty strange. It won't even let me like disconnect. There we go. Awesome, I fixed it. I had this happen a couple of times where you would hire the worker, and once you hired the worker, it would fix it. And I guess that just fixed it and saved us. So, saved us from stopping the harvest early. But we're now back here trying to make another 40,000 in between harvester getting empty and the truck filling up with the grain. So it's a really nice system. I think it's going on. We're doing a couple of jobs at once, and it's just a pretty cool way of doing this, switching back and forth, which also changes the gameplay up from just harvesting for 25 minutes to doing two different things. So I kind of like it, and it's a change for me rather than just doing one thing for a while. You do two things, so it's pretty cool. But we're gonna hit 300,000 here, which that's an amazing number to hit. And I mean, that's not much money, but that's good for how much more stuff we have to sell. And there's a lot of buckets, and each bucket's worth 100,000, almost 100,000. So no, almost 10,000. What am I saying? Yeah. So we probably did 10%. 10% got us what, 200,000-ish? That's not that bad. So we'll definitely be up there in numbers. Yep. So we've hit 300,000, which that's always nice to hit. And well, my game froze there for a minute. I think it's because I'm speeding up time and also stopping it, which that's because this I think it's called like a feeding something. It's where like you dump it all. It gets full a lot. So if you guys ever do silage, just remember that that's going to get filled up after so many. So yeah, but we only have a couple more minutes here, and I think by then we'll probably have this field done, and then I will do the last two fields and also sell all that silage off camera, and we'll be back to do, whoa, stopped it too early, and we'll be back to do some amazing cultivating, and we'll buy some amazing equipment. So that's going to be really fun coming up next episode. So you guys want to check back next week to see how much money we got. It's exciting to see how much money we got when we worked so hard to get all this. So we'll probably finish up this pass here and call it a day. But I thank you for watching, and as always, like, comment, and subscribe.